Hello, everyone. I am your host, SunDej of the Manifesting Through Music Conference. And today we have a very special guest. We have Jay College, and I'm going to let him introduce himself before we get started. So thank you so much, Jay, for being here. Tell everybody who you are and how you're serving the artist community.
Well, SunDej, thank you so much for having me first through the Manifesting Music Conference. Thanks for having me. My name is Jay College. I am a producer, songwriter. I produce hip hop, R&B, and pop music. I've been producing for about 15 years, and I'm based in St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah, so can you tell everybody a little bit about how you got into the music industry and now where, like, from how you got started and then to now where you are, as far as sharing beats or just what you're working on now and how you
Absolutely.
connect?
I got in the music game, I guess, as a rapper originally, and I was doing that for years, of course, putting out projects. I was in a group, single, so I've kind of run the whole gamut of what you can do in the industry. And then I think I decided I want to start producing music, and it wasn't about like um, just really just having access to beats. You know what I'm saying? Was the reason that I started producing because it's like I just wanted to have access. So it took me, I would say, maybe 2 to 3 years before like I was really like confident and solid in my production because it takes time to like learn a certain DAW or old school PC. So it just takes time to develop your sound. You know what I'm saying? Like you start emulating your favorite producers and favorite productions, but eventually you have to find your own way. You have to find your own sound. And I think it took about 2 to 3 years to really kind of start finding what my sound was and what direction I wanted to go in as far as producing and just things like that.
Okay, cool. So for any artist, like maybe they haven't been in the studio just yet, but they want
Right.
to connect with the producer and get in. Can you walk us through some things that every artist needs to know before they step foot in their first session?
For sure. Well, I think the first thing you do is before you reach out to a producer to try to connect with them, know, and this is one of my top 10 things of to do prepare before you actually go to the studio. And one of those things is know what type of music that producer makes. You might hear a really dope song or beat, it's like, oh, that's dope, but you might be a pop artist, and that producer may only strictly do R&B or pop or hip hop. So to me, know what type of production your producer is making before you even reach out. That's the first thing. Know what they do, what's their strengths. And once you find them, get in the DMs. Hey, so and so, I think you're dope. Can we work? Most producers get this all the time. So like, just know that don't advice like, hey, listen to my music. Like, reach out, get them on me first. Like, oh, I really like that beat, or I really like what you're doing that. Like, it's not really better, but it's like, at least I know you took the time to do some due diligence and some homework to see what am I doing and what I've done. It makes the producers feel good. It's like I said, everybody hops in our inboxes to get free beats or to get beats, but I don't think a lot of people really take the time to really know the producer before they reach out to them. And I think that's the most important thing. Find something that you can connect with them with before you reach out, because it may be a connection that is not worth connecting.
Okay, cool. So what are some other things that artists can expect when they are trying to collaborate with a producer to make a song or to start
Okay.
recording with them?
Well, like I said, I'll just go down my top 10 things of what to do if you're a brand new artist in the industry. And I think, like I said, my number one thing is, first thing was I just about talked about it, no type of music that the producer makes, right?
Mhm.
Before you holler at them. Number two, I would say is uh know where you're going. Know what part of the time the producer is either working in or living in, because it may determine how you need to move, right? You know what I'm saying? Certain parts of town got certain challenges, right? And then be on time, because most producers they they have what they call a session, right? So if our session is from 12 to 3, I probably have something going on at 3 o'clock. So if you're late and don't give me a heads up, you know, at the end of the day, I still got to end at 3 o'clock. So like, be on time. And if you're not going to be on time, communicate that, because producers do like, if you're going to not be on time, hey, I'm running 10, 20 minutes late, half hour late. That way we know how to move. I would say number 3 is know if you're paying for that beat or not before you get there. All right. Some producers, they want their money up front. They have, at the end of the day, you want their money up front, they should disclose it to you. Like, hey, my beats, $100, $500, $10, whatever it is, they should disclose it up front. And some producers prefer to get the money on the back end with publishing, where like, I'll let you have this beat now, but just know if this song does blow, I'm going to get X amount of dollars on the back end. And that's where my next thing comes into contact, is called split sheets. Now, you're a brand new artist, you may not know anything about split sheets, but I would encourage you to at least have some knowledge of split sheets. So when you start going to more sessions, you should have those with you, or the producer should have those with them. That way, when you guys are working, you guys are documenting everything. I wrote X, Y, and Z on the hook. That way, when things kind of get rolling, I know what I'm responsible for financially and credits wise. Number 4, I would say, is bring a flash drive or a portable hard drive with you. Do not assume that the producer can email you the beat. It's just weird like that, but always have some way to leave with something. You know what I'm saying? And number 5, real simple but necessary, bring some studio snacks or bring some water. The producer might only have tap water at the house, or they might have some liquor. You might not want that. So bring you some water or soda or some juice, some snacks. That way you can keep the energy going, keep working while you guys are being creative. Number 6, this is very important. Of course, bring your phone, right? But bring your phone charger. If you're in the studio first time, you might want to take a bunch of pictures. You might want to record stuff, and just having access to your phone charger, just in case things kind of start getting low, is a plus. You know what I'm saying? Plus, if it's late at night, you leave the studio, you want to have the thing juiced up, in case you got to make some type of emergency call. It's just the world we live in, right? Number 7 to me, I'm old school. I don't really do a whole lot of writing, but just bring a pen and pad, bring something to jot down. Now, you can say, oh, I can just type it on my phone, but it's just something about writing stuff down on a piece of paper. To me, I don't want to be cliche, but it's kind of like a manifestation of how things work, and plus you can kind of see, like, if you make a correction, you don't like a line, you always got that reference to look back, like, oh, yeah, I didn't like that line, but now I like it now. But once it's in your phone, you don't delete that, you're not going to keep that. So bring some old school pen, pad, paper, write that stuff down. Number 8, I spoke about it earlier, but just like I said, get some of those split sheets. If you don't know what a split sheet is, Google it online. It's really an agreement about the artist, the producer, songwriters. It breaks down who wrote it and the percentages of who gets what, right? Very important, right? Especially when you start making money. When you're broke, not so much when you start making money, those things matter. Number 9. This is very important to me. Keep an open mind. This is your first time in the studio. You may think you have this vision, but a seasoned producer is going to challenge you. It's going to make you feel uncomfortable to bring out the best in you. So just keep an open mind. Like, this is your first time creating, first time in this environment. You don't know nothing. So be open to learning. Be open to just a different creative process. And then last but not least, number 10, show up with good energy. Show up with good energy. If you're having a bad day, if you got in a fight with your baby mama, if you got to put a new catalytic converter in your car because it got cut out, maybe you should reschedule, because I'm ready and I'm looking for like good vibes. I'm gonna be, you pull up and like, oh, I'm ready to work, and you pull up like, man, I'm like, hey, leave it up to do, because here, good vibes, good energy, we're here to create. Like I said, you're having a bad day, we all have them. Reschedule, especially if it's your first time meeting a producer or engineer, anybody, just reschedule. You know what I'm saying? Don't put us through your agony, your misery, because you're having a bad day. Just reschedule, communicate. Most people are people that understand that, we have bad days. So, like I said, those are just my top 10 things of things that I would say for any brand new artists. They want in the studio to just listen to some of those things I said. You don't have to remember them all. You don't have to like be uh, have them, but just to have some of those things will really make, I think, enhance your very first time in the studio.
Yes, I love those tips so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And I feel like I wish I had. I know a lot of artists are going to be grateful because, like, looking back, I'm like, man, some of these things like would have been good to have knowing, like, because you don't know what to expect. You just, I think, as an artist, you
I'm
just
going to
kind of show
put
up.
you on the spot. You were
Ah!
at one of your very first sessions, right? I know you
Yeah.
did other stuff, but then you came and worked for me. And I could tell that, you're still a little green, you still got some things to learn, but the potential there is still amazing. You know what I'm saying? So
Thank you.
I'm glad that you were able to still have this relationship with me, positive, and now we're doing bigger and better things together. So thank you.
Yes, me too. I'm so glad because I feel like the session that we had from the first to the last really prepared me and made me more comfortable as I started branching out and doing different projects. So I think too, I'll say my favorite tip was about uh, the journal, like having, or not a journal necessarily. I always brought a journal, but having something to write down
Yes.
because it is good, even if you don't like what you write, just seeing what your mindset was at the time or what the concept you had in mind, so that when you need to revisit it you can kind of have something to go off of
Yeah.
instead of just starting from scratch.
It's
So,
dope to have digital things all the time. It's really
yes.
good to have digital things all the time, but I am, like I said, it's something that just manifests when you write things down. And I hate to be cliche, but to me, writing something down is just so much more powerful than putting it in your phone. Don't know why, but to me, that's what it is. So
Yes. So, thank you so much for coming and to sharing your knowledge and your wisdom with us. Just for the people who want to learn more about you and connect with you outside of this conference, can you give them some information on where they can best reach you after this is over?
sure. Once again, my name is Jay College. You can reach me on social media at Instagram at Jay College underscore beats with an S, beats with an S, and that's Instagram. And then TikTok, you can find me at J College Producer. So J College Producer on TikTok. So connect with me in those DMs. You can also email me at jcollegebeats with an S at gmail.com. And then, we can talk. And if also one more thing, you can find my beats, some of my beats on BeatStars. So just type in BeatStars on your search bar. Type in J College, I should pop up. I got some tracks on there, but also I do have other tracks that I can send you if you're interested. Just let me know what type of genre you working in. And I'm always available for a phone call. Now, to get the phone number, you're gonna have to email me, and we gotta have a conversation, and then I'll hit you with the digits. And I'm old school, like I said. I would much rather have a phone conversation. You can hear my voice, you can hear sincerity, you can hear just everything in the voice. So like I would much rather communicate with you via phone once you kind of go through those processes if you're serious about connecting with me. And if you are, we can definitely connect and make something happen.
Thank you again so much, Jay College, and thank you to everybody who tuned in from beginning to end. Don't forget, if you haven't already registered at the link in my bio so you can see all the amazing speakers during this conference. So thank you all again. Thank you, Jay College. We'll see you in the next segment.
Thank you, SunDej, for having me. Manifesting Music. Y'all the best.